I've got almost an acre in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. This is a really nice property with some cool peekaboo views of Abbey Lake here. My name is Miles McLaughlin at Wilco Land. What we do is we buy and sell raw vacant land. That's our focus and that's our niche. Offering a lot of times cash discounts for cash buyers. In the video here, I'm going to talk about FAQs. I'm going to go over common questions. I'm going to talk about potential uses of the property, who the target audience might be. And at the end of the video, I'll get on Zillow and show us what the market looks like for comparable sales and things like that. So just kicking off the property, we can see some street views looking at it right here. These are some really good street views. I will get on Google Earth and show you those street views. You can see you've got some nice views at Abbey Lake from the property as well. So the first thing I want to show you before I dive into utilities, building and all that good stuff is I want to just pull up the GPS coordinates. This will be useful for land viewings as well. We do offer more of a self-service model, so you're welcome to go visit the property on your own. All you have to do is plug the GPS coordinates right into Google Maps. You're going to be right here off Abbey Lake Road and 130th Street. And you can even pop down here and look at street imagery right in front of the property. So if you're looking for a sight unseen land investment, it doesn't get much easier than this. So as you can see from the property, you're going to have some nice peekaboo views of Abbey Lake. And I want to show you the elevation profile as well. Down here, looking this way looking that way at the lake, you're sitting at, if you look at the bottom right of my screen, the elevation is about 1346. If we go up to the property right here, it's going to change elevation to almost 1,400 feet elevation. So about a 50 plus yard elevation gain or foot elevation gain, I should say, that looks over that lake. So I believe you should have pretty nice views, especially off your second story of your home if you go that route. So again, just look at the profile of the property. Pretty clean building site right there. Everything checks out here. It should be a pretty buildable property. Even if you have setbacks with the city, like let's say you had like 5 or 10 or 20 yard setbacks to build, I mean, there's still a ton of space and square footage. Oops. See if I can go back on that. I just want to show you what a potential building pocket might look like. This obviously looks like the best space to build. If I was going to widen this a little bit, I mean, even if we measure this out, this is over 10,000 square feet, and then even acreage, it's like a quarter acre, probably somewhere around quarter acre. So I don't know what all the restrictions are with the county. You can look into the zoning if you're curious, if you can have accessory structures, a shop, things like that. Just take a peek at the county zoning. We have the website linked right here. It'll bring you to the Becker County zoning ordinance. And if you have specific questions, you can always call the county and ask a couple questions. We've kind of jumped into who the target audience is of this property. It's going to be folks that are looking for a place to build potentially, or even a place to park a camper. There's probably some restrictions around campers and usage like that. Maybe there's a timeline you can use it for. Maybe you can put a shop on the property. Those are things you'll want to check in with the county. But we're right here in Detroit Lakes to give you an aerial view, just east of Fargo, Minnesota, or North Dakota. Fergus Falls, Minnesota is down here. Otter Tail Lake, the Detroit Lakes area is really known for all its lakes, right? And outdoor recreation and summertime fun that people have. So just a nice area in Minnesota to be in. The last thing I want to touch on is also viewings before I get into comparable sales, because one of the big selling points of this property is the price, right? We have it priced aggressive, really far below market value, which creates an interesting opportunity for an investor to come in and just pick up a land investment with really low annual holding costs of $188 a year. So that's one thing I want to point out before I jump into Onyx Maps. But for those looking to view the property, you can also download this app on your phone. It's called Onyx Hunt. Makes land viewings really easy. You can actually look at the property lines here if you have the elite version, the upgraded version. I do have a blog on the website explaining how to use it, and I'm sure YouTube has a lot of videos on how to use Onyx Maps as well. But you can walk the property, and the little dot on your phone will actually walk inside those lines. You can see where you're at. So a lot of really cool features for this property, and from an investor standpoint, no matter where you're at in the country, you can get a pretty darn good look at what you're buying from street views from the internet. The last thing I want to touch on for this Detroit Lakes property, we almost have an acre here. I want to touch on the market, right? So I have Detroit Lakes plugged into Zillow, as you can see, and I've got it priced low to high. The cheapest listing's in the 30s. We're significantly lower than this property. This is 7,000 square feet. We're selling almost an acre of land, right? If we get into more acreage and I start looking, I mean, even above a half an acre, let's say I added a criteria here, half an acre or more, the cheapest property is going to be 43 grand, right? And these are new development subdivisions, or maybe HOAs, CC&Rs, so maybe more restrictions around those properties. But how many properties are you picking up? The cheapest deal in the market, on the surface, a buildable property that you're picking up with lake views, a unique land investment on a really private, this looks like a really private kind of quiet road, Abbey Lake Drive. This is awesome. I mean, yeah, you can pick up properties in cookie cutter subdivisions like this where there's 50 lots for sale and everybody's going to put up the same looking home. Or you can get a unique land investment like this. Manufactured homes might work. Maybe it's a spot for a camper or kind of a barn dominium type of thing. Maybe put a home on it, right? You've got these cool peekaboo views of the lake and you're on this private, drive back here on Abbey Drive. So I think we offer a really unique land investment here for somebody to do something with someday or sit on as an investment. And so just kind of capping this video out, the things we've talked about, the one thing I forgot to touch on, there's power in the area. That's going to be no issue. We can get on street views. We can see power lines and stuff. So that would be the least of my concerns. We'll drop down here one more time and we can see power lines right there, right when we drop down. We can see a power box. Like that's going to be the least of your issues. There's somebody who lives across the street, right? So, power is not going to be an issue. I'm assuming based on how far we are from the city, you're probably looking at being on a septic at well. So if you have questions about that, I would contact a septic engineer or maybe a local well driller. They may know this area. They may have some advice for you. If you're looking to build, making a connection with a builder is a good option too, because a builder can kind of hold your hand through the entire process. So that's this 1 acre, or I should say 0.63 acres in Detroit Lakes in a nutshell. We sell all of our property as is here at Wilco Land. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this isn't legal advice or real estate advice. You as a buyer need to do your own due diligence and make sure this is going to be the right fit for you. We are here to help you out. Give me a call if you have high level questions. Like I said, you're welcome to go view the property anytime on your own, and you can take a peek at some other land investments we have up here in Minnesota on the homepage if it's something you're interested in. Thanks for tuning in.